Welcome back, everybody. I am Zzandrio, and we're back with another free game feature. This is The Rogue Less Traveled Legend of the Rand. 3,7 gems. I'm not sure what 3,7 there is all about, but this is a game made for the Mully Jam 2013 by Matthew R.F. Balusek, Regina Mako, and Stephen Ann. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Apologize if I pronounced it wrong. But yeah, this is some sort of like roguelike choose your own adventure thing. I played it a little bit. I actually made a recording of me playing it and didn't realize that I was not recording because I'm a moron. So this is actually my second time playing this. So it's not quite a first look like it should have been, but whatever. This isn't the first time you've done this hike. Sort of. Well, at least the dirt trail always looks welcoming. The sun starts to set the moment you embark. It's always sunset on this trail. The crickets and birds always chirp their respective chirps. Up ahead, the trail dips the way it always dips. You find a gem on the ground. I've got one gem. Apparently the purpose is to gather gems. Let's continue. What is this? A shiny silver UFO. Almost too stereotypical to be real. The moonlight shines brightly upon its smooth hull. It kind of reminds you of D&D pewter figurines. There are no windows, but maybe it's in an armored mode. Like that Batmobile in that one Batman movie. You feel strangely compelled to touch it. Well, let's touch it then. Before you can even feel what the shiny exterior feels like, it quickly recedes, leaving a door-shaped opening. For a moment, you feel special. You step inside. Inside, you see a surprisingly logical cockpit with control panels and a chair. Whoever uses that chair must have horrible posture by human standards. On the other side of the small space is a matching door to the outside. Well, let's check the control panels. What do you know? There's a green button and a red button. Which one shall you choose? Developer commentary. You should probably choose the green button, unless you just want to see what happens when you choose the red button for kicks. Well, we're going to choose the green button. Your index finger stretches out and your hand, shaking a bit, begins to move towards the green button. It glows with the friendly green of a sour apple. Before you know it, you hear his deep, scratchy voice singing. While I stumbled through the darkness, I am lost and alone. I don't know the song, so I can't very well sing it. Don't know the tune. The voice cuts out. For no good apparent reason, you find a shiny gem in the shape of Pluto. Inside, you see a surprisingly logical cockpit with control panels on a chair. I already read that. Alright, let's go outside. We've got a gem. We now have 2 gems. Apparently each scene, you can get a gem from each scene if you know how. On a tree, about 50 feet off the trail, you see a hanging noose. It swings in the breeze. Out of morbid curiosity, you walk up to it. The knot is still loose. So loose that you can easily untie it. The loop is clean, with no signs of struggle. You take it. You see a piece of paper on the ground. It reads, "Forgive me, my pretty baby, but..." and then nothing else. You feel an urge to finish the note. Let's see. I always take the long way home. The note glows a bright purple, crumbles itself up into a ball, and with a sharp ping, turns into a gem. You drop it in your pocket and return to the trail. Oh, I have 3 gems. All right. A small pond exists in the middle of a small clearing. You wonder how it was managed to survive so long. The surface of the water sparkles with an unnatural toxic glow and is completely free of mosquitoes. Ooh. You look down at the pond like a god, but you do not see your reflection. You just see the pond, completely still, overdue for a disturbance. You think about jumping in or going back to the trail. Well, I'm going to jump right the hell in. You've never been angry at a small body of water before, but why not? That little shit. You jump in, feet first to be safe. You sink for a long time. You hit bottom. Rock bottom. In the darkness, all you see are whiskey bottles, mattresses, and credit cards. What else can you do but close your eyes? Close your eyes and everything will be all right. As you feel yourself rising out of the water, a gem hits your face and you grab it. I've got another gem. Okay. I've got 4 gems. Find yourself in a part of the wood which is full of older, more ponderous trees. A dull suggestion of moonlight drips down to the forest floor from several hundred feet above you, splashing in a trickling plop onto an ivory glint lying in a burnt-out tree. See, I played this before, and this really sucks that I wasn't recording the first time, because this skeleton has a spider behind his eye patch, and the spider killed me, and I'm hesitant to mess with that spider again, so I apologize to anybody who wants to see this, but I'm going somewhere else. I died to that thing, and I'm scared. See a tree in the middle of the trail. As you get closer, you notice that it's greener than usual. As you get even closer, you notice that 5 feet up from the ground, some sharp protrusions stick out from the otherwise smooth, slender trunk. Your magic eye instincts take over, and you squint. My magic eye instincts, okay. And what? Is that a nose? Is that a chin? Yes, it appears to be a face of someone. Someone you know, not as in a friend, but a famous person, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Suddenly it emits a loud thought into your brain and demands of you, what is my name? Oh, my goodness, okay. It's Ted Danson! I'm sure it's Ted Danson. Uh-oh. The tree begins to warp and twist and shout obscenities at you. No, everyone always guesses that. Why do I really look that weird? You hear a loud crack above you and a branch drops upon your head. For a moment you think you may be all right, but then a moment later you black out. Game over! Damn, I shouldn't have picked Ted Danson. Well, that's fairly random. Apparently I'm going to have to restart. Let's try this again. Okay, this isn't the first time you've done this hike, sort of. At least the dirt trail always looks welcoming. Birds are chirping. Path is dipping. I find a gem. Let's move on. To one side of the trail is a steep hillside that seems to have been eroded away by rain. Looking downhill, you can see a sewer pipe that sticks out abruptly. The pipe itself spirals out of the hill like the horn of a narwhal. From a distance looks to be covered in rust and moss. The hillside is steep and a little soggy looking. It never hurts to try, but you're not sure that you could safely navigate down the hillside from here. Well, it doesn't hurt to try. It does in fact hurt when you try to safely go down the hillside. Your foot gets caught in a muddy divot, and during your rapid tumbling descent down the hill, you hear crack, crack, crack. Last noise is the sound of your own neck snapping. Well, that was a very short journey, wasn't it, that time? Let's try again. Go down the dirt trail. Birds are chirping their chirps. Trail is dipping its dip. What is this? A shiny UFO? I've done this before. We touch it. We go inside. We hit the control panels. We push the green button. And we get a gem. Okay, I know how to do that one. Okay, 30 feet off the main trail is a rocky hill where you can see the maw of a cave yawning in the night. You have 2 gems. Behind you is the UFO. Ahead, the trail continues elsewhere. Well, let's just investigate the cave, shall we? It's chilly in here, but the air is dry. You look around and see that the walls of the cave are wet with condensation, though. Strange. The moonlight only illuminates the first few feet of the cave, but in the dim light you can see a number of sharp stalagmites and a reflection of a shallow pool of water. Beyond that is darkness. You might be able to follow the cave wall, or you can head back outside. Well, what's up with the condensation? You look closer at the walls of the cave entrance, which seem to be dripping with water. You touch it with your hand. The water must be picking up dust or some kind of moss, since it has a certain thickness to it. This thick water. Stalagmites. The rock outcroppings in the cave entrance are very pale in the moonlight. They remind you of a white picket fence. Should I go in? Yeah, let's go in. Let's follow the wall. Your hand is wet from the condensation along the wall, but you're able to follow a passage away from the entrance. You go slowly forward. Since the floor is rough and covered in rocks, and what feels like some kind of soft moss. The passage continues for what seems like a long while, and makes a number of turns and curves. Ahead, there seems to be a dim pink light. Well, let's keep going. The pink light grows brighter as you proceed down the tunnel. Your vision begins to adapt, and in the light you can see that all of the walls are dripping with a sort of thick sludge that plots down in great gobs. You're not sure how it gets back up once it drops. The light seems warm, pleasant, inviting. Well, if it's inviting us in, let's just go. You see a steady stream of what looks to be a heavy and viscous sludge, demurely glowing as it throws its hot pink radiance in every direction. The stream is joined by others which create rivers. The roaring rivers slowly collide into each other, and in their chaos form putrid pools that grow into small luminescent lakes. You're in a large round chamber, slathered in a vulgar pink light. In the center of the chamber, the pool of pink sludge sits patiently. The surface is nearly opaque, but you're sure that you can see glimmers of blue and silver within the depths. Maybe you could grab whatever lies underneath the surface if you just take a quick dip. Along the edge of the chamber is a narrow path. On the other side of the room, you see a path that continues into the darkness. Well, let's check what's in this little pool. Let's take a check. You diving head first. Come on, just reach your hand in, fool. You dive head first into the pool of acid slime. It's a refreshing feeling to have your body rapidly disintegrate into its constituent elements. You can take comfort that the slime will surely be nourished for a long while on your sumptuous flesh. That was a horrible death. We're going to make one more try at this. Just one more try. One more try. See if we can not fail miserably. Alright, we got the pool. We dove into this pool before. I know I can dive in this sucker and get a gem. No problem. Close my eyes. Everything will be alright. We've got a gem. Okay. We've got hanging on a trail about 50 feet off the trail. You say hanging noose swings in the breeze. Out of morbid curiosity, you walk up to it. The knot is still loose. So loose that you can easily untie it. The loop is clean with no signs of struggle. You take it. See a piece of paper on the ground. Yes, I've done this one before. I always take the long way home. Got another gem. And apparently I have a rope now. See a tree in the middle of the trail. As you get closer, you notice that it is greener than usual. As you get even closer, you notice that 5 feet from the ground, some sharp protrusions stick out from the otherwise smooth, slender trunk. Your magic eye instincts take over and you squint. Oh, this is the one that killed me last time. Is that a noose? A nose? A chin? A face? Someone you know? Famous person? It's not Ted Danson. Ted Danson was bad. It was bad. Alright. I don't know what Serrano was. The Wicked Witch. I see a nose and a chin. Is it William Dafoe? Indeed, it is the face of William Dafoe. In a tree. As greenish bark. It's unmistakable. The bark-faced Defoe opens its mouth and spits out 2 gems just for you. You pick it up and wipe it off with your pants leg. Your entire body does a quick tremble and shake. You mutter to yourself, weird. Head back to the trail. I've got 2 gems off William Dafoe tree. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. I've got 5 gems. Stumble upon a cabin in the woods. That's not a good sign. Cabin in the woods? I don't want to go to the cabin in the woods. That was a horrible movie. After 2 hours of sheer joy, you make a mental note to tell all your friends about this great movie. No, that movie was crazy. I'm not sure sheer joy is the proper word for that. It was pretty entertaining, though, I do have to say. All right, let's continue elsewhere. I stumbled upon a cabin in the woods, apparently, and watched it, and that's all. Shiny UFO! I know how to do this one. I go inside, hit the control panels, hit the green button, and I get the Pluto gem. Let's go somewhere else. I have 6 gems. Side of the trail is the sewer pipe. This is the one that killed me last time. The pipe itself spirals out of the hill like a horn of a narwhal. With some rope, you could safely climb down the hillside. Oh, I got rope! You tie the rope to a sturdy-looking tree and throw the other end down the hillside. The climb down is easy, but a little muddy. From here, it's easy to see the inside of the sewer pipe. It goes back about 5 feet and then is sealed off by a solid iron grate. Behind the grate is darkness. In front of the grate, however, is a large chunk of ruby. It fits comfortably in your pocket. All right, I got 7 gems. The trail comes to an end and you can see your car in the distance. You have enough gems to start it up again and go home. It takes gems to start the car? You hop in your car, drop the gems into the gem intake gasket. What? What? Gem intake gasket? You don't drop things into gaskets? Whoever wrote this doesn't know what a gasket is. And stick your finger inside the biometric ignition valve. You don't stick your finger in valve? Okay. Whatever. Your car starts up and greets you with its condescending British accent. You drive home with 0 regrets. Finish the game with 7 gems. Someone in the world probably finished the game with 14 gems. So you should probably replay it again and try harder. Maybe. Oh, I beat the game! I beat the stinking game. It took a couple tries. I had died several times in the previous recording, and there was actually a few more scenes that I didn't get in this go round for some reason. So it seems fairly randomized. And it's kind of a fun little game. It's definitely worth a playthrough if you're okay with reading your games rather than playing them so much. Text adventures. I get a kick out of text adventures myself. I don't mind the lack of flashy graphics and stuff. This one was pretty interesting. It was pretty fun to read. And it's got a little bit of playthrough value with its randomization here. So you give this one a try, guys. It's pretty fun. And I'll put a link to it in the video description. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.